Hey guys, today I'm filming the intro for my makeup use up for 2020. I'm so excited to be starting a new year of Project Pans. If you guys have not seen this series from me before, I've been doing it on my channel since 2015. I'll have all of my playlist of those different years linked down below. And basically I have a set group of products that I would either like to hit pan on or finish by the end of the year, and I would like to finish an additional 50 makeup products. And I am actually pre-filming this video. I'm filming this on December 6th, but you're not going to see this until January, and that is because some of the items here that I wanted to pan for 2020, I started using in a project already, and that would be my winter project 10 pan. I'll have that playlist linked up in the cards. I start using my winter makeup products in December, but I don't film these videos until January, so I don't want to ruin any progress, and I don't want to use something up before I get to show it to you in this intro, because the reason it's in my December project, winter project, is because I want to finish it in 2020, if that makes sense. So I really quickly wanted to let you guys know my project panning plans for 2020. So I of course will be doing this year-long project pan. I am going to be doing my 4 seasonal project 10 pans, as well as my 365 days of samples series. I'm going to be doing my chopping block series to help me declutter my collection, and I am going to be doing a very fun year-long project pan collab, which is called Partners in Cream, where we are going to be working through the cream products in our collection. And the word cream is used very loosely, like it can be like a Stila Glitter and Glow, maybe like a gel liner or anything like that, which is great because I have so many of those type of products that get neglected in my collection, and they're being very lenient with the rules. There's no real rule. I think we're going to be using like 5 products, updating. I'm going to update every month, because for me, I'm going to be using that project as a certain number of uses instead of just hitting pan or finishing something up, which is really a new concept to me. I feel successful when I hit pan or use something up, and I haven't really felt that way before about a certain number of uses, but I think for my cream products that's going to be the best way for me, and I'm going to be happy just to get some use out of them. And I think if I had a whole year-long project pan where I was trying to hit pan on more products or finish more things up, it would make it a lot harder for me to be successful with all of my other projects and to use the other makeup products in my collection. So those are my project pan plans for the year, and I will stop rambling and just get into the products now. So the first thing I have would be a perfume. I did use up 2 perfumes last year, which was really awesome, so I decided I wanted to use up another. This is Ralph Lauren Midnight Romance. This is a perfume I really like wearing in the fall and winter time, and I still like this, but I don't love it as much as I used to. I have some other fall winter scents I prefer over this one, and this is probably the oldest perfume in my collection. It might only be about 4 years old, but still. And when I marked this, I was surprised to see how much I have left, because I feel like I have used this several times throughout the years, and apparently not. So my goal is to finish this completely. I'm very intimidated by that goal, because this is not something I'm going to wear spring summer, because it's just not a spring summer scent for me. So we will see what kind of progress I can make within fall winter. If I can finish up half of it, that would be great as well, but let's go for it. Right now I'm saying my goal is to finish this one completely, and then everything else is makeup. And I'm going to say it now so I don't say it 100 times throughout the video. I am not feeling the most sure or confident about the products that I picked. I might end up changing my mind on some of these products. I might take some things out, add some things in. We'll see as I go along, and I'll let you know in the updates, of course. And then there are some things where I'm gonna set a really big goal, and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to achieve it, which is gonna be hard for me, but I'm gonna just keep the goal. There are things that like I said, I might start using and be like, ugh, like I don't want to pan this, I'm just going to get rid of it, and that will be fine too. So again, some of these goals are really lofty, but it's good for me to challenge myself and not always take the easy way out, which is like a problem for me in life in general. I did a great job last year of working through my deluxe size primer collection, but I still have a bunch of my collection because it's one of my favorite things to try out. I always get them in Sephora Plays for gifts, so I still have a huge deluxe size sample collection, but I don't want my full size products to go bad while I'm using up the minis. So this first one is the Urban Decay Optical Illusion Complexion Primer, which is something I like to use as a pore filling primer. It's a little bit of a thicker consistency, but I really like it. And I basically started out with this brand new. I started panning this in the summertime and I've used up so much, which makes me very proud. So I definitely know that I can finish the rest of this within the whole year of 2020. So that is going to be my first product I would like to finish up. So then for my two other full-size primers, the goal is going to vary here. So I really did want to use up the Touch and Soul new Pore Blem primer because I've used it in combination with the Urban Decay and they work really well together. I'm currently loving that combination and I wanted to use this one up because of it. I really like this primer and it's not completely level. A lot of these products I'm going to leave sitting up so that they'll level out so I can mark them. So you'll see markings on my next update, but I'm somewhere like right below the word no. But I got this one in March of 2019 and then I got this one in December of 2018. So this one is older than the Touch and Soul, so that's why I feel like I should use this one more. So this is the CoverFx Mattifying Primer. I am down here. These are both 1 ounce. I still have a lot of product to work through, but I think it might be possible for me to use them both because I would use these during different times of the year. This is something I would use more like spring, summer, fall. This one more winter. Honestly, I can wear them both at any time. And in my winter project pan, I threw some deluxe size primers in, so it's gonna be hard for me to work through both of these because I'm still gonna want to use my deluxe size primer, so we'll see what I end up doing. So really with these, I'd be happy to use up half of both of them, one of them completely, both of them completely. Either of those 3 goals is fine with me because I know I will be using a lot of primer in my collection. Then I have 4 foundations. They are 2 different combos and I just try to use up some of the ones that were older in my collection. Most of these I've just purchased within the last year, some within the past 2 years. So the first combo is starting with the Kat Von D Lock It Tattoo Foundation in the shade Light 43 Warm. I wish I did not repurchase this because I do not love this formula whatsoever, but I don't want to throw it away. I don't want to give it away. I want to use it up. So I am starting right here. This product does pump upwards and the product does not stop right here. It keeps going all the way up, but you just aren't able to see it because of the packaging. So I am starting out right here. Like I said, I want to finish this completely. We'll see about that. And I'm mixing it with a ColourPop No Filter foundation in the shade Fair 15. I did wipe off my marking on this one. I want to let it settle, but I am about halfway done with this. These do pair nicely together, formula and color-wise. This one I do feel pretty confident about finishing because there's only about half left, but we'll see about the Kat Von D. And then for my second combo, I'm nervous about these as well because they are basically full, and that would be the Catrice HD Liquid Coverage in 10 Light Beige, and this is supposed to be really similar to the Fenty Pro Filter Matte Foundation, and it's too dark for me, so I'm going to be mixing it with my favorite mixer, which is the Hard Candy Glamoflague foundation in the shade Fair, and this one is essentially brand new as well. I haven't used this one in such a long time, and I have some backup, so I want to use this up before it expires, and since I haven't used it in so long, I want to make sure I still actually love this product. So that is my second combo. I would like to finish all 4 of those foundations up completely. Then I have 4 concealers, and again, these are 2 different combos. The first one I've been using for the past couple months and really enjoying, so that would be the No. 7 Lift and Luminate Serum Concealer in the shade Fair, mixed with the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop Concealer in the shade Pale, and I'm mixing these together for the color, but the formulas work really well together also, and I've been using these for a few months now, but I really can't see through the packaging. Now, if I mix the product around like this, I can start to see windows, and I mean, I know I'm going to use them up because I've been using them every day, but this is going to be the first combo I'm going to focus on, but then after that, I'm going to be using some of the concealers that are a little older. This is something I was sent for review from Pinch Me, so I wanted to test this out first so I could review it, but I believe these are the ones that are the oldest in my collection, but still I think all of these concealers are from 2019, so they're not too old. So The first one is the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer in Light Sand. The Fair Warm shade was way too pale, but Light Sand is a little too dark. So I'm going to mix it with the ColourPop No Filter Concealer in Fair 00, which is the white shade. Now there's a lot of product in here, so I do feel nervous about finishing this. So we'll see what I can get done, but those are the 4 concealers I want to work on this year. And then I have face powders. So there are 2 that I would like to finish completely, and depending on how that goes, I would like to finish a third. So I'm going to show you the third, which would be a great bonus, but these 2 are my main focuses because I barely use them in my collection. And the first one is the Maybelline Superstay Full Coverage Powder. I have the shade 102 Fair Porcelain, and this is just too pale for me to use to set my face. So this is something I'm likely going to be using to help clean up my contour, brighten underneath my eyes. So because I'm not likely going to be using this all over, it's going to take even longer to get through. But then what I can use all over is the CoverFx Pressed Mineral Foundation in the shade in 10, which looks like it might be a little dark, but I think it will work okay. I've used this a couple times. I'm not really going to use either of these as powder foundation. I'm going to be using these with like a big fluffy brush to set my skin. And then the third one I would like to use up, if I can finish those 2 first, would be my Maybelline Better Skin Powder in the shade 10 Porcelain. It's my favorite coverage powder. It looks beautiful on the skin. It is a great shade for me. And unfortunately, this powder replaced this one. I love this formula so much, and there was a perfect shade for me. There's not a perfect shade for me in this range. This one's too light and the next shade is too dark. But those are some powders I would like to use up in my collection because most of the time I do use a loose powder. So I would like to get these used up. Like, I'm going completely crazy this time. So I have 4 bronzers I would like to finish completely, and I've already hit major pan on all of these bronzers. 2 of these I hit pan on in 2019 and decided let's keep going while we're feeling motivated. So I've got a bronzer for every season. The one I'm using right now is Benefit's Hoola, which looks like this. So I have hit a lot of pan in this one, and really for most of these bronzers I'm thinking about depotting them and then repressing them. I think it will be fun to just have a big palette with all of the depotted products that I would like to hit pan on. So we'll see what I end up doing with that. I'm a little nervous about depotting them, but this is where I'm starting on my Benefit Hoola bronzer. My goal is to finish it completely. As I said, this is my winter bronzer. Then for my spring bronzer, I have the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer in the shade Bronzer, and I have used up so much of this. So especially because this one and the Benefit have bulky packaging, I would like to depot these and repress them. So I'll make sure I do before and after pictures for all of these things that I'm repressing, but my goal is to finish this one up completely. Next I have my summer bronzer, and this is the one that I won't be depotting because of the packaging. So this is the Milani Matte Big Bronzer in Sunset. I hit pan on this one last year. You can see I've actually used up a bunch, but because this is baked on a terracotta plate, it doesn't have like a typical silver pan. It's not going to be something that I can actually depot, but I would like to finish up this one completely as well. And I did forget to mention that I actually have backups of all 3 of these bronzers, which is another reason I want to use them up, because I want to start using my backups. And seriously, it takes me forever to get through bronzer, but I'm just feeling so motivated for all of the great progress I made last year that I think I can do it, or I can at least finish a few of them. So the last one is my fall bronzer. This is the Too Faced Milk Chocolate Soleil. I was using it this fall, and this is how much I have left. So you can see it's really thin along the sides over here. There's a little more product over here. This is just a deluxe sample size, but this is something I'll definitely end up repressing to make it easier to use, but this is something I would like to finish up completely as well. So then I don't have any blushes. I don't want to try to pan any blush. I just want to get use out of what I have. But I do have one highlighter, and this is the Urban Decay Afterglow 8-Hour Highlighter in the shade Sin. You can see I do have a nice size dip in this one, and my goal is just to hit pan, and this is my summer highlighter, and I fell in love with this one over the past summer, so I did purchase a backup because this is a discontinued product. So for that reason, I do want to make sure I hit pan on this one, get a lot of use out of it. Since I did buy a backup, I want to make sure I do get my good use out of this one. So my last base category would be setting spray, and I have 5 setting sprays here I would like to use up. 2 are travel size, 3 are full sizes, and I do have several other deluxe size setting sprays in my collection that I'm sure I'll throw in project pans to get them used up. They're very small, it's not too challenging, but I would like to get these 5 used up. So these first 2 are in my winter project pan. This is the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water, and then I have the Too Faced Hangover 3-in-1 Replenishing Primer and Setting Spray. I'm using this one as my setting spray, so I want to finish those completely. Then we have my MAC Fix Plus. I love this product. I don't love it as much as I used to, but I do still think it's great, and I am down here, so I have a little bit less than half left. And this is something that I'm not going to put in any kind of seasonal project pan, I don't think. I'm just going to keep it in this project to use it whenever I feel like it. I like to use some sort of a facial spray when I'm just filming, but I like to use something that's more long wearing, more of a setting spray on days where I'm wearing my makeup for a long period of time. But on a day like today where I'm really just filming, that I'm going to my mom's house, I'm not doing anything else, this would be totally fine for me. So I would like to finish that. Then I have the Too Faced Peach Mist Mattifying Setting Spray, and I would like to use this up because I do have a backup, and I used quite a bit of this last year, so I'm not able to see how much is left, but I can feel that there's not a ton. I do really like that product. And then this next one I haven't used at all, but I want to finish it because it is SPF. This is the Ulta Beauty SPF 50 Rose Water Setting Spray. It's supposed to have a matte finish. This is something I'm going to be using in the summertime, of course, not as my main sunscreen, blah, 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 but I'm going to be using it over top of makeup. And again, like I said, because I bought it last summer and I haven't used it yet, I do want to make sure I finish it up this year. So woo, that was a lot of face products. You guys know that's my favorite. So moving on to eyes, I do have 2 eyebrow pencils I want to finish. The first is the Anastasia Brow Definer in the shade Taupe. This is in my winter project pan right now, and that is how much I have left. I do have similar thick angled brow pencils that I prefer. I much prefer the Benefit one and the Maybelline Total Temptation over this one, so that's why I went to use it up. It is not my most favorite, but I'm using it today. I think it works well, but I would like to finish that. And then the next one is going to be the Death of Me. This is the IT Cosmetics Brow Power Pencil in Universal Taupe. This is just a mini size. I had it in a project in 2019 and I barely made any progress even though I used it every single day. So I would like to finish it this year, and I think it's going to be a big challenge. And this is all the product that I have left. Don't let it deceive you. It's going to be a huge challenge. Moving on to eye products. This first one is a cream shadow stick. I'm not putting this in my Partners in Cream project because that one is just to get use out of things. This I want to finish completely. This is the Mally, why do I keep doing that? The Mally Shadow Stick Extra in Autumn Shimmer, and I don't love this formula. But that is all I have left. So I'm going to finish this sucker, and it is broken from the base. So I will eventually get to a point where I have to take it out and mush it into a sample jar and apply it with a brush. But I will feel very accomplished when I finish this up because it's not my favorite formula. So then for actual eyeshadows, I'm not going to be trying to pan a bunch of eyeshadows this year because in my Partners in Cream project, I'm going to be testing out all of my ColourPop Super Shock shadows and hopefully decluttering some along the way. But for that reason, I'm not trying to pan too many eyeshadows. However, there are some that I'm going to work through. I'll explain in a bit, but first I'm going to start by showing you the boring eyeshadows, which are the ones I want to use up to set my eyeshadow primer. So these are just basic matte creams, and I have 2 shades from the Too Faced Just Peachy Mattes palette. I love this palette here. So the shades I'm going to be using would be Peach Meringue and Peach Butter. If you guys can tell, I've already hit pan on Peach Butter, which is more of a cream shade. I mean, it has more of a peachy undertone, and this one is just like a cream shade. It's very odd because this color is very tightly pressed, and this one is very loose, which is why I hit pan on it so quickly. So I'm really using a mixture of those right now to set the primer in my crease, and I'm really liking it formula and color-wise, so I'm going to be working on those. Then these are going to be a lofty goal, I know. So what do I want to say for these? I would like to, for this one, I want to finish both of them. Then for these two, I just want to hit pan, and that's because they're from the Balm Meet Matte palettes, which I've used up shadows from here before, and it took me like all year. It was a huge challenge, so just hitting pan, I will feel totally fine with. So the first one would be Matte Malloy, which is the matte white from the Balm Meet Matte Nude palette. I'm going to use to set the primer under my brow bone. You guys might know that my old palette I got rid of, and my friend Jean had decluttered her palette to me, so I'm happy to have that in my collection again because it is the best matte white. And then I have another shade that I'm going to be using to set the primer in my crease. That is Matte Lynn from the Meet Matte Tremoni palette. This one is a little dark for me, a little peachy, but it works fine in the crease. So I'm going to use the Too Faced shades first, and then I'll move on to this one. You can tell I've already been using this for a while, and I have a good dip in that one as well. So the Too Faced first, and then I will go back to using the Meet Matte Tremoni palette. And then as far as colored eyeshadows go, I did decide, like right now, I do want to try to use these up, I believe. So these are all Anastasia shades I've previously hit pan on, and I did repurchase them in some way, shape, or form because I love them so much. The first one is Bengal from the Anastasia Tomato palette. I have used so much of this one, and I did just recently purchase a full-size single pan from her Black Friday sale, so I would like to use this one up completely. It's an amazing crease color for me, more of a warm tone shade. And then I've got several shades I would like to use from the Modern Renaissance palette, and the reason for that is because I did buy the Anastasia eyeshadow vault that had Modern Renaissance and Soft Glam, so I would like to depot and use up my favorite shades from here, and then the rest of the palette I'm going to give away to one of my friends. So my favorite shades would be Raw Sienna, Burnt Orange, Buon Fresco. I would like to try my best to use up those mattes. And lastly, we have my lip products. So I have 7 items here. 6 of the 7 are minis because minis are still very challenging for me to use up. The full-size one I'm very nervous about. We'll see how that goes, but I've already picked out certain products for certain seasons, and these are the 2 items for winter. They're already in my winter project tin pan. I have a lipstick and a lip gloss. The lipstick is from the Tarte Color Splash lipstick line. This is the shade Salt Life, which is a mauve pink color. There is a swatch of that. Then over top, I'm going to be using the Buxom Full-On Lip Polish in Dolly. You can see I've barely used any of this. I do love these glosses. I think the formula is so nice. So this will be a really easy lip combo to wear. So right there is the gloss. And of course I want to finish those completely. Then for my spring combo, I've got a lipstick and a gloss. The lipstick is the full-size product, and this is the Bare Minerals Gen Nude lipstick in the shade Kitty. This is how much I have left, which is a ton, and this is a very fat lipstick bullet, but it's a creamy formula. It's a nude shade, so it's possible. We're gonna feel hopeful. It's possible. And this is something I want to pan because I wish I didn't buy this. I don't love this formula, and I bought it because the Bare Minerals outlet was closing, so everything was on super sale. So here is what that color looks like. It's a little more peachy. And then over top, I have this mini Grande Lips Hydrating Lip Plumper in Spicy Mauve. I believe the color is not on the packaging. It's Sassy Mauve, Spicy Mauve, something like that. I'll have it listed in the description box. And here is what the gloss looks like. So I think that will be a really, really nice pairing. Next, for summer, I only have one lip product right now, which is a mini lipstick. However, I wanted to pull like a gloss to pair with it, but I don't really have any more minis that I can think that I would like to pan but I did purchase one of the Buxom Cyber Monday mini lip gloss sets from Ulta, so there might be one shade in there that I think would pair nicely with this, but it hasn't come in the mail yet, so we'll see. I will update you guys, of course. But this is the Bare Minerals Bare Pro lipstick, which is a different formula than the Gen Nude, in the shade Petal, I believe, and that is how much lipstick you get. Not too much, but this isn't as creamy of a formula. It's a little bit more of a satin, so it's not going to be as slippery as that other one, but that's a really pretty color that I think will be nice for me to wear in the summer because I don't really wear super bright shades. That is a very summer color for me. Then for fall, I have a mini lipstick and a mini lip gloss. The lipstick is the Charlotte Tilbury Matte Revolution in the shade Pillow Talk. I got this little mini from Sephora. It is so cute. And let me swatch that. So it's a bit more of like a rosy peachy nude right there, so it's not super pale, but it is a little more brown than the other options. And then I've got the Buxom Full On Lip Cream in Hot Toddy, and this is not very old in my collection, but I do have another mini I got as a free gift with an Ulta order, so that's why I would like to use this one up. And there is a swatch of Hot Toddy, so I think that combo will look really nice as well. So those are currently the 7 lip products I would like to finish up next year. Hey guys, today is December 30th and I am popping in to change some of my products a bit. So as I told you guys, I did film this video early. I filmed it at the beginning of December, so I've had about a month to really think about the products that I wanted to include, and I decided to replace one thing and then add in a few more products. And again, this group of products might continue to change throughout my updates, but because I already knew I wanted to work on these things, I just thought I would just pop it in since I haven't uploaded my intro yet. So for the perfume, I told you guys I wanted to use up this 3.4 ounce of the Ralph Lauren Midnight Romance. I used to really love this perfume. I just don't love it anymore. I've really just gotten kind of tired of it, and I cannot imagine using up this whole bottle, so I'm going to be passing this on to a friend. I tried to give it to Jennifer. This is not her kind of scent either, so I'm going to reach out to my friend Natasha to see if she would like this perfume. So I did decide to replace it with 2 travel size perfumes. So the first one is a travel spray of Ralph Lauren Midnight Romance. So this is a scent that I like enough to get through this size, just not enough to get through that full size. So this is just half a fluid ounce, and it's not completely full. I'm starting out right here, so I have a little bit more than half the product left, so I definitely believe I can get through this, and this is definitely not something I want to replace. And the second perfume I would like to use up is the Rollerball of Marc Jacobs Daisy. I used up my full size last year. This is the perfume I used to love, but again, I'm not really into it anymore, so I would like to get through this one. And I really cannot see the font. It's very tiny. It looks like 0.33 fluid ounces, and as you can see, this is not completely full. I'm starting out right here, so I still have quite a bit of product left. And the Ralph Lauren is a spray bottle, which I love, but the Marc Jacobs is a rollerball, which is not my favorite. I want to use both of these up this year, and I definitely think it's possible if I focus on this one in the winter and fall and this one spring summer. I believe I can get them both used up. So then I do have a couple makeup products. So as I was looking at my foundations, I noticed that the IT Cosmetics Matte CC Cream in the shade Fair has an expiration date on it because this product does have SPF 40 in it, and the expiration date says May of 2020. So I want to start working on this foundation over some of my others. I do have some other foundations like the Kat Von D Lock It Tattoo that are older than this one, but because it doesn't have SPF in it, I don't believe the ingredients are going to expire as quickly, and this is something I like more than the Kat Von D, so I'm probably going to be replacing that one, but I'm not sure what foundation I'm taking out. But I am adding in this foundation that I would like to work on, and I have about that much left, which is a lot. I've probably used up 1/4 of the product, and I think this is something that will be great for me to throw in to my spring project pan, because then I will have the months of March, April, and May to work on it. And I do think it will be possible to use it up if I use it every single day. That's a lot of product though. This comes with 1.08 fluid ounces, so I would like to finish this before the SPF expires. Then I do have another eyeshadow I wanted to add in. So I have very loose goals on these Anastasia eyeshadows. I would like to hit pan, I would like to finish them, but I don't know how successful I'm going to be. And if I'm not successful with any of my eyeshadow goals, I'm going to be okay with that. But I did want to add in another Anastasia eyeshadow. This is my single in Birkin. You can tell I've made a lot of progress on this one. We have a huge pan here, and this is an amazing transition color for me. I love pairing this with Bengal, which is already in this project. I like to use this as a transition color. Bengal is my crease color, so I decided I wanted to throw this in as well because I did pick up a backup pan of this during the Anastasia Black Friday Cyber Monday sale, so I have another of these waiting to go, and I've made a lot of progress, and the Anastasia shadows are powdery, so I would like to finish this one completely. But again, I have very loose goals on my eyeshadows. And then I have one more lippy I wanted to add in as a gloss to go with my Bare Minerals Bare Pro lipstick in Petal, which I'm going to be panning in the summertime. And the gloss I'm going to pair with it, at least this is my plan for now. I've not actually tried these on the lips together, but they look nice swatched next to each other. And this is the Buxom Full On Lip Cream in the shade Mudslide, and this is actually brand new to me. And it's a little bit more corally. So right there is Bare Minerals Petal lipstick, and there is the Buxom Mudslide lip gloss. And I do think that this will help create like a nice corally pink color and some really comfortable formulas for the summertime. So this is my summer lip combo plan. And those are all the products I would like to finish next year. Like I said, I'm a little nervous. I feel like I'm definitely challenging myself, but hopefully I am up for it. I cannot wait to make some great progress on these items and to finish up hopefully a lot of things in my collection. I would love to know your thoughts on these products in the comments down below, and I would love to know what things you are planning to pan next year or what projects you're planning on doing in 2020. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye guys.